So when I was working in Milan, I would use the underground train, or I would get around by bicycle, because it's not really a city that's suited to cars. It's a very busy city and it's fairly small as well. So they've actually introduced a traffic controlled zone in the city itself, so that cars can't go there without paying a congestion fee.
Yes, Brussels has got potentially a good public transport system. Its main frustration are if you miss a metro or if you miss a bus, you might have to wait half an hour or 20 minutes, depending on where you live, which can be utterly frustrating. Then coming here, in London in particular, there's tube all the time, you don't have to wait. So my mother used to say, take a good book with you so you don't get frustrated and you can read and wait for the next bus. Yeah, that was a big frustration. And there's a lot of places the public transport doesn't reach out to everywhere. So people are often forced to take their car because the public transport simply just doesn't go where they live. And then the traffic is horrendous in Brussels. Very, very bad traffic jams. Rush hour is absolutely horrible. I don't know why people still, insist on taking the car, but I know it's, in many big cities it's like that. And people are quite aggressive, I find, in the driving. So difficult transport. There's few people cycling. There's also a cycle schemes, like there is now in many European cities, and people use it, but it feels a little bit dangerous still cycling in Brussels, I would say. But hopefully things will change. Well, I try to use public transport, and I try to cycle, and I try to minimize using car. I'm using a car sharing scheme, which I think is fantastic, because I don't have the hassle of having to own a car, look after it, do MOT, do all the testing, and I've got, I can use a car whenever I need it. So I think it suits me, and I think it's good, environmentally friendly, and doesn't, clog up the traffic. So I'm, very happy with these schemes.
For a small city, Oxford has large transport problems. It was not built for automobiles and buses and lorries. It was built for foot traffic, horses, boats, and trains eventually. My husband and I do not own a car, so we travel by train most days, about half the days of the week. But we own a small boat here in Oxford, and we stay on the boat. And we go out on the weekends, and so on Fridays and Mondays I commute by foot and boat.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I used to live in Oxford, the centre of Oxford. I wouldn't live in it now. I absolutely hate traffic. I come in on a motorbike just because I live off a bus route, and to come in with a vehicle, it's quicker to walk, it's quicker to catch, to cycle. I just think they do need to do something about it. What, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. If I did, I wouldn't be stood here now.
Oxford has a lot of problems with traffic congestion. One of the problems is that people can't afford to live in the city, so a lot of people have to commute into the city. So at busy rush hour times, the traffic's horrible. Well, actually, I live on a canal boat, so I'm able to afford to live closer to the city centre, and my commute is just a nice cycle ride along the towpath.